This video will show you how to set up your Shopify integration. From your Unleashed dashboard, click on Integration, then on Integration Store. A number of applications will be displayed on the next page. Find the Shopify option and click on it. The Shopify integration page will display. Enter your Shopify shop name in the field on the right-hand side of the page, then click on Install. Please note that you can connect up to 5 Shopify stores to your Unleashed account. We will look at adding additional stores in the next example. The Install page will display, giving you an overview of what information will be passed between Unleashed and Shopify. Click the Install App button. The Shopify configuration page will display. You will be able to see your shop name displayed on the top left-hand side of the page. The next step is to configure the integration for that store. The Shopify Order Status field will ask you which order status should prompt the export to Unleashed. The options are paid or fulfilled. I will leave mine at paid for this example. The Unleashed Order Status field will ask you what the status of the order should be once it is imported into Unleashed. The options are parked, placed, or completed. I will select parked for this example. The Set a Prefix of the Shop option allows you to create a prefix that will be added to the order name from Shopify. I will leave mine at the default for this example. The Warehouse Mapping field will ask you to select the warehouse in Unleashed that the Shopify orders are imported to. So I will select my main warehouse here. The Accounting System Invoice field is only relevant if you want to pass invoice information from Unleashed to your accounting system. If you currently pass invoice information from your Shopify account to your accounting system, keep this option disabled. The Export Stock on Hand to Shopify field prompts you to select the available amount of the product to be passed to Shopify. Please note that you should only select this option once you are happy with your stock on hand levels in Unleashed. The Include Quantities for Auto-Assembled Products is only available if the Export Stock on Hand to Shopify option is selected. If enabled, the available quantity will also include the quantity for auto-assembled products. The Assign Warehouses for Stock Availability option allows the available stock quantity from the selected warehouse or warehouses to be sent to Shopify. You can either use the Assign All option or select the individual warehouse or warehouses. So I will select my main warehouse here. The Frequency of Exporting Stock on Hand to Shopify option allows you to select the time interval for exporting stock on hand for all Shopify stores. I will select 30 minutes for my example. The Product Synchronization field will prompt you to select which system should be the master in terms of changes made to products. For example, if you select Unleashed as your master, any product updates made in Unleashed will then be passed to Shopify. Please note that adding multiple Shopify stores will only work if Unleashed is the master. The Product Sell Price tier for this shop option allows you to select which sell price tier will be used for that particular shop. I will select my Retail Selling Price tier for this example. The Customer Synchronization field will ask you whether you would like any customer creation and updates to be passed to Unleashed. It is recommended that you enable this option. Once you are happy with your selections, you can click on Save Configuration. You should then see a message at the top of the page confirming that the configuration details have been updated. Let's then go back to the Integration Store page to set up a second Shopify store. You will see your first store listed under the Your Shops section at the bottom left-hand side of the page. To add a second store, we will follow the same process as before, so you can type in the second store's shop name on the top right-hand side of the page, then click on Install. At the top of the next page, you will see both stores display in the drop-down. Let's then continue with the configuration for the second store. Again, this process is very similar to setting up the first store. There are, however, a few unique things when you have multiple Shopify stores. So let me proceed with the setup quickly and highlight a few things. Again, this process is very similar to setting up the first store. Let's look at the product synchronization field. When you integrate more than one Shopify store, the default product sync option will automatically be set to Unleashed is the master. If you want to discuss this further, please contact the Unleashed support team by sending an email to support@unleashedsoftware.com. Also, remember that for the product sell price tier for the shop, you are able to select which sell price tier will be used for your second shop. I will select my wholesale tier for this example. Once you have made all the updates for your second store, you can select the Save Configuration button on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. You should then see a message at the top of the page confirming that the configuration details have been saved. Let's then go back to the Integration Store page, and you can see that you are now able to view your second shop in the Your Shop section at the bottom left-hand side of the page. You will see that a Manage Your Products option is available. Here, you need to set up which products are to be available in which store. You can do this by selecting the products for each store individually, and there is also a Select All option which you can use. You can also search for a particular product by the product name, or you can filter your product list by product group, such as chocolates, and make your selections that way. You can also select to view the product by product type, such as assembled or component. Once you have completed your selections, click on the Save Configuration button at the bottom right-hand side of the page. You should then see a confirmation message displayed at the top of the page. If you want to change or check any of your configuration settings for either store, you can click on the Configure button for that relevant store. You can then click on the Manage Your Data tab. These options can be used when you need to manually import or export information, such as stock on hand, customers, and products between Shopify and Unleashed. The Import Missing Orders option at the bottom of the page allows you to find any missing orders that were perhaps not passed from Shopify to Unleashed and import them accordingly. Let's then go back to the Shopify integration page. Please note that you are able to close one or more of your shops whilst the integration is switched on. You can, of course, also switch the entire integration off. Something else to note: if your prices are to be tax inclusive, remember to select the relevant option on the tax settings page in Shopify. For more information on the Shopify integration, you can access the Unleashed Help Center via the Shopify integration page. The Help Center will provide you with information such as the integration flow, product variants, taxes, field mappings, frequently asked questions, and much more. This completes your setup and configuration, and you are now ready to start using the Shopify integration with Unleashed.